reading history, I pause to take a sigh about the land Afghanistan, where empires go to die. Alexander the Great, he tried and failed. The Mongols, they did too. The British and the Russians, they got their ass kicked too. America's been there many years, and I ask myself why we don't learn from history, where empires go to die. They say it's terrorism, that's political malarkey. Just follow where the money goes to a corporate oligarchy. The food crops they once grew with a plow and a hoe been turned into opium poppies, growing row on row. Our infrastructure's crumbling, our social structure too. It's a corporate scam, they don't give a damn while screwing over me and you. Public outrage, I don't hear no public cry about sending young men and women where empires go to die. We lost people and treasure in Vietnam, and there still ain't no upside. We're doing the same in a no-win game where empires go to die. It's a new world order agenda with a demonic rising tide. They want America's soul in a deep dark hole where empires go to die.
Dreams Talk Radio Network brings you the World Paranormal News with James Creechbaum. Now, the latest news.
I'm James Creechbaum with the Paranormal and World Changes News. Possible Bigfoot sighting revealed as scientists hunt for ape-like creature in the Oregon forest. Explorers and scientists are on the trail of the legendary creature Bigfoot in the forest of Oregon. They say they may have captured video footage of the beast in an area where thousands of Bigfoot sightings have been reported. Also, nearly 4,000 UFO reports have been reported so far in 2019 in the state of Washington. That is a lot of UFO reports. Eastern Siberian Sea is boiling with methane. A research team from Tomsk Polytechnic University found the methane leak east of Bennett Island in the East Siberian Sea. The methane bubbles, which creates a boiling appearance, spanning an area over 50 feet. That was reported. Now, the concentration of the atmospheric methane in that spot was 16 parts per million, more than 9 times higher than the atmospheric average. It was so thick that they're literally getting buckets full of this stuff, and it could be very volatile and dangerous also. Mysterious lights hovering over the Mesa sky Sunday night, which has been puzzling residents. Mysterious lights hovering above the East Valley have many wondering if we've had close encounter. It was pretty bright. It was about straight up above us, and it went straight that way, stopped, and then it went clear over this way at a zigzag formation. And then it just kind of blinked out, as many of the eyewitnesses have reported. Also, a general says Space Force will get you anywhere in an hour using energy from space. Now, that really says a lot there, even though he didn't say very much. So, according to this general, they have technology now that can get you anywhere in the world from point A to B in 1 hour using energy from space. Very interesting. Also, Celtic Warrior unearthed in major Iron Age find. Archaeologists in England are hailing the discovery as one of the most significant finds of the millennium. Dating back to 2,200 years, the grave was discovered in the middle of a housing development near the town of Pocklington. Again, there'll be more to come on that. As soon as they hear more, we will report more. Next news break, top of the hour.
You're listening to Night Dreams Talk Radio After Dark with our host, Gary Anderson.
And that is me. Wow, what can I say? Today is December 10th. We're getting closer to, well, Christmas Day. I know what I'm going to get for Christmas, what I normally get every Christmas. Underwear, socks, cologne I can't stand, and a whole bunch of candy. When everybody keeps giving me candy every Christmas, but then they tell me, well, Gary, you need to lose more weight. Then why would they give me candy for Christmas? It gets so frustrating. You know, well, what the good part is just getting the family here and enjoying Christmas together. Now in the wacky news, a guy sits down on the pot. No, not a kitchen pot, but on the toilet pot.
Okay.
And he notices something when he goes to wipe. He thought, well, maybe he digested some string. So he decided, well, hey, I'm going to pull the string.
Oh,
and he kept pulling the string and pulling the string. Now he's at 2 feet. He's at 4 feet. He's at 6 feet. Now he's at 12 feet. And he goes, this doesn't feel like string. Then he notices it's starting to move. Now he's at 16 feet. He's at 24 feet. And he comes to the end of what he thought was some kind of silly string. It was a 32-foot long tapeworm that came out of his bottom.
My God. When did the red flag ever pop up? You know, the first foot, maybe 2 feet, but 32 feet, he just kept pulling and pulling. I don't know what's more horrifying, that or getting bit by a snake. That is just some, oh man, I'm going to have nightmares about that.
I'm just wondering how many more 32 foot or longer he has in his intestines. I would be going to the doctor, the ER, right away and put that thing in a jar and say, hey, this isn't normal. You know, they can give you medicine to kill the tapeworms. That is so wicked and crazy. Go ahead, sir.
I was just going to say, could you imagine you have an entity inside of you 32 feet long? How could you not feel that in there moving around? And those things don't come in ones. They usually come in many.
Yeah, that's what I just said. He could have a whole bunch. Who knows? Maybe that was the baby one that came out. He could have a 64-foot tapeworm.
I'm having visions of the movie Alien where it pops out of his stomach and growls. Gee.
But I wonder, it doesn't talk about the guy's weight. If you have tapeworms that are 32 feet long in you, you can't be a beast because they're taking all your nutrients.
Yeah, that guy had to be close to dying because he's got to be anemic and low on all the minerals and vitamins. My goodness, he literally is being possessed by a tapeworm.
Oh, yeah. Well, a guy goes into the shower, at his girlfriend's place, and shampoos his hair. Well, within a matter of a few hours, he starts losing his hair. He asks his girlfriend, well, what type of shampoo was that? And she says, Nair is not a hair shampoo, it's a hair remover.
the old Nair bait and switch. That's like the old super glue with the lip balm. Yeah, that poor old guy. He's going to be bald for a little bit, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, can you imagine though? A lot of women, including my wife, use Nair on her legs. So she goes in the shower and does whatever with Nair, and then lets it sit on, and then showers off. This guy, if he shampooed his head with it, he is going to be on top of old Baldy, all covered with no hair.
It's always a good rule to keep your hygiene stuff to yourself and maybe not keep it in the shower and stuff and bring it in when you use it. That way these mistakes don't happen because, there's other stuff that he could get and he might not like it either.
Maybe his girlfriend left it there purposely because she thought her boyfriend was a jerk. What better way to go, than, some guys that their whole life is their hair. You know that. Have you ever seen the movie Grease?
Yes, I have. They're all the time combing that slick stuff.
Oh, yeah. So, some people are really into hair. And then, the next morning, he probably won't have any. Or whatever he has is going to look rather interesting. Like maybe he went through a nuclear war and almost all of his hair fell out except for little patches.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that are very vain, especially some men with their hair. They got all fancy, do's combed over or whatever. And for that to happen, they'd probably give him post-traumatic stress. That'd be a shock to his system because, somebody that's 40, 50 years old and their hair has been their thing their whole life and then it's falling out, like gone. Yeah, that would really rock their world.
Yeah. I wonder what type of relationship they have after that. Well, there was a dog born with his tail on his forehead.
Oh, I seen that. That was wild.
I know. I wonder if it actually worked. It'd be so much nicer rather than, when your dog's excited, you have to look at its butt to see if it's excited by wiggling its tail. Now the dog could just look at you and watch the tail just go back and forth between its two eyes. Oh, and it would also come in handy in pouring down rain, just like wipers of a car.
That's what somebody said. He's got a windshield wiper on it in the front. It was crazy, but that was the weirdest looking thing I've ever seen. I don't know if that was a twin or some kind of genetic deformity or what it was, but I wonder if they're going to remove that or just leave it.
I don't know. The dog was adopted. No, I wouldn't remove it. I mean, come on. Wouldn't it be nice, though, when your dog's sitting on your lap and he's happy to be with you and his tail wiggles? It's a lot better than having to look at his butthole to see if the tail is wiggling.
Yeah, you raise a good point.
Oh, I always do. That's why people listen to Night Dreams Talk Radio. We bring on a lot of good points here. You know what? Well, it doesn't say what town or city. Las Vegas. Pigeons have been spotted wearing teeny cowboy hats in Las Vegas.
I've seen that.
Yes.
That looks like a spinoff of a Wild West show with the birds. It's the craziest little thing I've ever seen. Pigeons walking around with cowboy hats. And my question is that somebody's birds that he's doing that to, or is he, sneaking up to them and putting the hats on, or I wonder what his process is.
Probably they're homing pigeons. They raise them and all that stuff, and they, they become very mellow. So I guess that's, I don't think you're going to go up to a pigeon and put a hat on it. The pigeon's going to crap on you, and as it's taking off, that ain't going to happen. But you know what? This escaped dog, it was picked up by a rescue in Ohio. It was recaptured 2 months later. It traveled some estimated 65 miles and was spotted 22 times, telling me that this dog just didn't want to go to the pound.
I can't say as I blame him. That reminds me of that movie where the dog and the cat and something else walked a bunch of miles to get home. But, hey, he didn't want to go. I can't say that I blame him, poor dog.
Yeah, well, why not? Dogs are a lot smarter than people give them credit for. I've told this before on my show. We first moved in this house 20 years ago. Our first Christmas, my kids put Christmas lights on our decking, which ran around 3/4 of our house. And